Hey guys, Mia here. If you plan on heading out to the beach or pool this summer, then you definitely want to bring along a camcorder that can handle the water. We're going to take a look at 4 different HD camcorders today that make great vacation companions. Let's start with the rugged Samsung HMX W300. This little camcorder is about the size of a smartphone and weighs just under 5 ounces. It's waterproof down to 16.5 feet and dustproof and shockproof if dropped from a height of about 6 feet. A textured exterior makes it easy to grip, even underwater, and it has convenient access to several features through quick touch buttons right on the front. The W300 shoots 1920 by 1080p resolution video at 30 frames per second and 25 frames per second, or you can opt for 1280 by 720p video at the same frame rates. It picks up vibrant colors and images on land and in clear water with good light. Just make sure you keep the camcorder a good 6 inches away from your subject to keep it in focus. It's compatible with micro SD, SDHC, and SDXC memory cards. The 2.3-inch display makes filming and playback easy in the field. The W300 takes 5.5 megapixel still images and touts features like autofocus, auto shutter, and auto white balance, so your pictures should come out crisp and clear without much work on your part. Now, if you're familiar with Samsung, then you may already know some of their easy access features like the My Clip button. This lets you bookmark your favorite scenes within a video so you can go back and edit only the best clips together with background music. If you're heading into the water, switch to the Auto Aqua mode by pressing the button with the scuba mask icon on it. You can also pause while recording and continuously record to one file, cutting down the clutter of video clips to sift through later. And built-in IntelliStudio software will let you edit and share your files from your PC. Now this is a nifty feature. A built-in USB 2.0 drive makes charging and transferring files super easy. Plus, an HDMI output lets you plug the camcorder right into your HD TV. Let's move on now to another handheld HD camcorder that's similar in size and shape to the W300, but has a few different features to play with. The Toshiba Camileo BW10 also shoots 1080p and 720p at 30 frames per second. Plus, it shoots VGA video at 30 frames per second. Now, unlike the W300, the BW10 features a nice 10x digital zoom and is waterproof down to about 6.5 feet. This camcorder has a convenient LED light and a backside illuminated sensor, which helps with underwater shots in low light situations, like when it's overcast. The 2-inch anti-glare LCD display makes it easier to use in direct sunlight. The BW10 takes up to 5 megapixel still images and also supports autofocus, auto white balance, and a 10-second self-timer. This camcorder supports SD, SDHC, and SDXC memory cards up to 64 gigabytes. The battery will last a little over an hour, but it does take 3.5 hours to charge using the included USB cable. Like the W300, the BW10 is also equipped with an HDMI output, and its software only works with Windows operating systems. If you're thinking about using a waterproof HD camcorder on your next snorkeling or shallow dive trip, then the Sony Bloggie Sport is one to consider. It's shockproof, dustproof, and waterproof down to 16 feet, but the Bloggie Sport has an underwater mode feature that the other cameras don't. You'll find that in general, the deeper you dive, the more blue your images or video will look. Now that's because water absorbs the red spectrum of light. But Sony's underwater mode automatically adjusts the white balance and contrast to compensate for this. It's a unique feature designed by Sony and loved by water enthusiasts. You'll find that the underwater video taken on the Bloggie Sport is the best of the bunch. Plus, a built-in LED light helps to produce better quality images in low light situations. Bloggie Sport can shoot 1080p at 30 frames per second and 720p at 60 frames per second or 30 frames per second. It also shoots 5 megapixel still images and even has a 10-second timer so you can take a picture of the whole family. The 2.7-inch touchscreen display works underwater, and Sony's Steady Shot image stabilization will reduce the shake you get from shooting handheld. The easy-to-understand graphic display will make choosing features and lining up your shots easy even when you're 16 feet below the surface. Unlike the previous two models, the Bloggie Sport has 4 gigabytes of internal memory, so it doesn't use external memory cards. This means that you'll get roughly 40 minutes of record time in the 1080p MP4 format, and between 80 and 120 minutes in the 720p, depending on what frame rate you choose. A few cool features you'll want to test out underwater are the 4x digital zoom and auto macro, so you can shoot a bottom crawler without actually being on the ocean floor, or capture a scene from just a few inches away. The Bloggie Sport also has that easy-to-use flip-out USB arm that lets you plug the camera directly into your computer for charging or playback. But you do have to download the editing software. For PC, it's Play Memories Home, version 10, and for Mac, it's Share It Later for Bloggie. The good news is the downloads are free, and Bloggie Sport also has a mini HDMI output. The Sony Bloggie Sport, the Samsung W300, and the Toshiba Camileo BW10 are all durable, waterproof cameras that you can toss to your kids in the pool without worrying too much about breaking them. They're all handheld and about the size of a smartphone, so they can fit into a purse, pocket, or beach bag. Last but certainly not least, let's dive into the features on the DXG 5B 1V HD underwater camcorder. First, you can see that this camcorder is designed in the more traditional style. It's larger and the hand strap makes it easier to hold. This often means your video will be steadier than some of the sleeker models, but it's surely not going to fit in your pocket. It shoots full 1920 by 1080p at 30 frames per second and 1280 by 720p at 60 frames per second. The higher frame rate is best for capturing action shots. And this camcorder captures up to 12 megapixel interpolated pictures. The only downside I found when shooting in 1080p is that the 4x digital zoom doesn't work. You have to go down to 720p to get it back, or switch to still images where the zoom is great for capturing photos from a distance. The DXG's durable metal body and protective rubber trim earned it the highest liquid environmental protection rating, IPX8. That means it's protected during long periods of immersion under pressure. In fact, you can stay underwater at a maximum depth of 10 feet with this camcorder for up to an hour. There's 98 megabytes of available flash memory on this camera itself, but that's not much when you're shooting in HD. You'll want to bring along an SD or SDHC memory card up to 16 gigabytes. This camcorder has a fold-out LCD display, and it's the largest of the bunch at 3 inches. There's also an 8x zoom in playback mode, so it's easy to zoom in and check your focus on still images. The LED light on the DXG is also the strongest one we're featuring, illuminating anything 2 to 3 feet in front of it. You can't shine it down into the abyss, but it will help you check out what's under rocks and caves on the ocean floor. The DXG allows you to adjust your white balance manually and has night mode. Plus, you can add special effects to your pictures or use it on a 5 and 10-second timer. Just make sure you're transferring your files to a PC because the DXG only works with Windows operating systems, XP, Vista, and 7 to be exact. You can use the USB 2.0 port to transfer your media clips or view them with the HDMI output. All of these cameras take video and photos on land, but they take a little getting used to when using underwater. After playing around with them a bit, you'll find a sweet spot when it comes to shooting distance from your subjects, and you'll discover a way to hold and use the camcorders so it's most comfortable for you and takes great video. They each have some unique features that separate them from one another, but they're all durable enough to survive your family summer vacation. So before you hike up a mountain or hit the pool, you should take a moment to choose one that will work best for your family. I'm Mia McCormick. Happy trails!
For more information, please visit us online, give us a call, or stop by our New York City Superstore. You can also connect with us on the web.